What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to our vlog and welcome back to our channel. This vlog story is going to be about my worst drinking experience. I don't know if that's what I'm going to label the video, title the video as, but this is going to be a story of my worst drinking experience. So, I don't know if I got off of work. Yeah, I had to get off of work because I wasn't drinking when I was in school. So I got off of work and I went to Nick's, and well, actually he came pick me up. No, he called me and he was like, "Hey man, what you doing?" And I said, nothing, kind of had a rough day today at work, kind of aggravated, kind of mad. He said, "Man, me too. I'm coming to pick you up. We're gonna go to the river. We're gonna talk about what happened." I said, "Alright, do that." So he comes to my house and he picks me up. We drive to the river. We take a dip, we sit on the back of his truck, and we start talking. Man, what's going on? What happened with you? Oh, blah, 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 blah. What happened with you? Oh, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, yeah. And he's like, "Man, why don't you come over? I'm moving into the camper this weekend." Nick lived in a camper. And he's like, "Man, why don't you come over this weekend and help me, you know, organize the camper and stuff. We'll drink and have a fire. And all right, yeah, let's go back to my house. I'll pack a bag." So we went back to my house, packed a bag, headed out. We was gone. Then, so we go to his grandma's, and we had, we, we both had like 20 bucks on us. Like Nick had 20 and I had 20, so we both had $40 together. And then Nick was like, "Man, I'll buy the beer." And I was like, "I'll buy the dip and the food." And he was like, "All right, bet, we going to grandma's." So we went to his grandma's, and then we went from his grandma's to Lishman's. And we walked in there, like, two little 17, 18-year-old little boys walking with their grandma, and we were all looking at beer. And we wound up getting a 30-pack of Busch. And it was like the hunting edition. It had like the ducks on it and the orange and guys shooting at the ducks and stuff. Well, anyway, so his grandma winds up buying it for us and buying us dip. So we go to bring her home, and we go back to Nick's. So we start, this camper is, my God, probably the unorganized, dirtiest thing I've ever seen in my life, and probably 1,500 rats living in it. But it had lights, but it didn't have water. You couldn't take a shower. So we just opened up the door to the camper. Actually, I'm lying. I climbed through the window of the master bedroom, unlocked the door, and that's when we started cleaning. So we started cleaning this camper, and it's so funny because it was so stupid what we used to do, and we would have the most fun doing the stupidest stuff in the world. So we open up the door to the camper and we just start throwing stuff in the yard. Like, we're throwing stuff in the yard, trying to make a pile of junk. Like, from canned foods to ramen noodles to rat traps to God knows what. Pots, pans, silverware, spoons, knives, whatever. So once we get a nice little pile set up and clean, Nick had tiki torch lighter fluid. So he starts pouring it all over this pile we had, and he takes his bow, and I wrap a t-shirt up on a bow and arrow, and I light it, and he shoots it into the fire, and it woof. So now we got a fire, so we're all good. So now we can start drinking. So we started drinking, and he lives like in the woods, so we would go wander off together and get firewood and come back. We started drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking. And I don't know, it was like my first time really drinking. So I probably had 6 beers, and I was tore up. Tore up. I couldn't walk. I couldn't say my name. I was all over the place. And Nick, he's fine. He drinks like a fish. So we're drinking, and it's blurry because I don't really remember. Like, I remember things, but the next day I remember him telling me what I did. So I'm sitting on an ice chest. No, I'm sitting on a milk carton by the fire, and Nick walks in front of me to go pee, and my hands just everywhere. It's like I talk with my hands. So Nick walks in front of me, and I'm like, Nick, dude, what you doing? And he's like, I gotta pee. And he's holding up his beer. He's like, I'm peeing. And I'm like, all right, I'm coming pee on side of you. So I go to get up, and I'm like, whoa, I got this. So I get on all fours, and I start like baby crawling to him and shit. So anyway, I get to him, and I'm like, dude, I don't want to see this dude's, you know, penis, you know what I'm saying? Or willy whacker, whatever you want to call it. So I grab his foot, and I start like pulling on his foot, and he's peeing, and he's shaking all over the place, and he's like, dude, you're gonna make me pee on myself. So anyway, we wind up getting up, and we walk back to the fire, and I'm drinking and drinking and drinking, man, and like, boom, it hits me, and I look at Nick, and I'm like, dude, let's go inside. So he helps me up, like I got my arm around him, and he's walking me inside, and I walk up into the camper, and I go to his bed, because I mean, we didn't care, dude, we're like brothers, you know. And so I go get in his bed, and he's like, bro, what you doing in my bed? And I'm like, I'm sleeping here. You think I'm gonna sleep on that little, you know, little bitty old bed this big in the back? No, dude, I'm sleeping in your bed with your covers and your pillows. So he goes outside, gets his pit bull Blue, and he comes back in, and I'm sitting up in the bed, and I said, Nick, I need a trash can. So he's like, all right, don't throw up, don't throw up. So he gets the trash can. It was a black trash can. I'll never forget it. He gets the trash can, and I see him coming, and like he's pointing it towards me, trying to like block himself. And I see it coming. Oh, it's so nasty. But I like ejectile, throw up in the air, and like making it in the trash can. And Nick's like, oh, oh. And he like finally gets to my face, and I put my face in the trash can. And I'm throwing up and throwing up and throwing up. So I fall asleep, and in the middle of the night, I wake up, and I have to throw up. So I roll over, and I roll over. I didn't get out the bed or nothing. I rolled over and threw up on this floor, like, just, bleh, whatever, and then went back to sleep. So the next morning, I wake up to his dog licking my face, like, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I must have threw up. And he's licking it off my face. So sure enough, I threw up. And that was the worst experience I had drinking. I don't know, because I had another one, but I guess I'll tell that one too. So the second, I don't know, these are pretty tied. So the second, or I don't know, however you want to say it. So the next time I got drunk, me and Nick couldn't really find nothing to scrap that week, and we went to the scrapyard, and we didn't really have no beer money. So his boss gave him some moonshine. I don't know what it's called, the big thing of moonshine, a pint, an ounce, a gallon, I don't know. It's not a gallon, because a gallon is a milk jug, so I don't know what it's called. But it was pretty big. So it's just like a mason jar, just the normal size mason jar. So we get that, and we get, I don't know, man, I think it was a 12-pack of Bud Light, of bottles. And so we head out to Glass Beach, and me and Nick's like, all right, you know, I'll just drink half the moonshine and 6 beers, and you drink half the moonshine and 6 beers. So I took a sip of the moonshine. First time ever trying moonshine, and I'm like, no, I can't do this. I said, look, dude, you can have all the moonshine, and I have all the beer. And he's like, no, because once I finish the moonshine, I won't have nothing to like drink on. I said, all right, how about this? This is the last deal and the only deal. And he's like, all right. I said, I drink half the moonshine, you drink it, and we both get 6 beers apiece. He said, all right, deal. So I was like, well, look, it's too strong for me to just sip on, straight. I can't do it. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, so I'm going to chug my half. And he's like, dude, I wouldn't do that if I was you. I wouldn't do that. You're going to get sick. I'm like, man, this is Gage you're talking to, bro. I don't get sick, I don't, what are you talking about? I hang with the best. And he's just laughing and whatever. He's like, dude, you drink 2 beers and you're drunk. So, and this is before I got my alcohol tolerance, built up. And when we was really drinking and kept drinking every weekend, we would both drink a case. And like, we was all right then. But anyway, getting off topic. So I chugged my half. And I went stand by the fire. And I was talking to people, I was socializing, having fun, dancing to the music, chilling. In Glass Beach, it was literally a beach in the woods by water. Like, it was weird because, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it was on the Mississippi line, but then again, it wasn't. I don't know how to explain it. Like, we all called it a beach, but I guess you could say it was like a party barge. No, not a party barge. What the hell am I talking about? A sand beach. What's that called again? I don't know. A sandbar. A sandbar. So, anyway, we're at Glass Beach. I'm socializing, whatever. And I walk up to Nick, and I'm like, dude, I don't even feel buzzed. And he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, huh. So he's like, well, just give it a couple minutes. I'm like, man, I got this. Give it a couple minutes. I said, man, it's been probably 10, 15 minutes. So I go to the truck, and I grab me a beer. I started drinking my beer. And I finished that beer. I go back to the truck, and I get another beer. I don't think I finished my second one. I'm not for sure, but I'm pretty sure I didn't finish my second one. So I'm sipping on my second one, and this is when it gets blurry. I'm sipping on my second one, and I remember looking up at the sky and thinking like, man, the sky is so pretty, with all the stars and stuff and the moon, and it was just a nice scenery. So I hate when people walks by. It makes me so nervous. Like, are they gonna look at me or judge me? I don't know. It makes me nervous. So anyway, we used to bring pallets to burn, and I was looking up at the sky, and I sat down on a pallet. So, and then I looked up again, and like that's all I remember. And then it got blurry, and I woke up, and I'm laying down backwards on the pallet on my back, looking up at the sky, and I don't even know where my beer's at this point. Like, I don't know if I dropped it, if somebody took it, nothing. So I fell asleep, and then the next thing I remember, and the one night we didn't bring Nick's truck all the way to the back, the one night, I remember Nick and his cousin Aaron coming up to me and rolling me over on my side because they said I was gargling my throw up. I remember that. Like, I kind of remember bits and pieces, but what I really remember is this part. I remember, like, them getting me up on my feet, and I couldn't walk. And I had my arms around both of their shoulders, and they was carrying me out. And, like, I was walking, and like, in my mind, I was walking, but I don't even think my feet was touching the ground. I don't even think I was touching the ground. I don't know. Like, but then I remember, like, stumbling because of the sand. So, I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember. So, yeah. I don't remember getting back to Nick's or nothing. I don't remember none of that. So, that's pretty much my experiences on drinking. Right there. Yep, that's it. So, y'all tell me in the comments what other stories y'all want to hear, what else y'all find entertaining. I'm just bored right now, sitting in the car, waiting for these guys to get back from the plant so I could talk to them and figure out what's going on. But, yeah, so y'all just tell me some other backstories y'all want to hear in the comments below. Make sure and like this video. Show me some love. Don't forget to subscribe. It's a little red button with subscribe, and it has a play button next to it, and hit the bell for notifications for every time I upload a vlog. It sends a little, like, kind of like a little text message to your phone knowing that the new vlog's up. But till then, I'm out, and y'all take care.